That's okay, but we're trying to give people a real perspective on business. My business partner and I took a huge leap of faith, and it was hard to do it and to step out, and it hurt. Talk about the emotional and financial things that go with that leap of faith. And everybody's laughing because everybody has done it. So if anybody wants to take that one, some of the sacrifices that may come with doing it.
Well, I can tell you, for me, I am currently, in radio, I'm working for someone else now, but I've had several businesses that that I either sold or I let them go. And I can tell you for especially for you guys, especially the younger ones in here, or ones that are just birthing your baby, you gotta do the research. That is the biggest thing that I can tell you. If you're gonna launch out here, the leap of faith, and this is the greatest quote that I've ever heard, if you do not plan, if you do not make a plan for yourself, if you do not design to make a plan, you're gonna plan to fail. And there's nothing wrong with, taking the time out to, it's not gonna waive your faith if you take the time out to do the research and get you a business plan. And, and not just a business plan for today, but a business plan for tomorrow, and for the next year, and for your children, and for your children's children. And for me, I can tell you one of the pains for me was having to realize that I did not do the work. I did not do the work that was necessary. I did not clone myself. A good leader, a good business owner, if you're gonna employ people, you have to be you have to be able to clone. You have to be able to clone yourself in certain areas and know your employees' strengths. And for me, one of my situations that caused me to release one of my businesses was that I had my two children. My smaller children are 4 and 5 now. And having two children back to back, you being self-employed, it was very, very challenging. So I had to decide, do I keep my business or do I take care of my 2 children? But if I had a plan, if I had my plan in place for 5 years, the money that I threw away, because there is, you have to keep that budget. I gave away a lot of money, and the money was good. I blessed a lot of people, helped a lot of people out. But when that time came, I did not plan for a recession. Did not plan for the economy to turn and take a turn into the mortgage business, which is what I was in. And so as a result, I released my business, and I thank God that I had radio. And I tell anybody, if you're gonna jump out here, make sure that you have multiple streams of income, multiple facets. Duplicate yourself. You have a lot of talents, and God's given us all a lot of talents. And that was one of the biggest emotional things, and I felt like I was a failure. But I was like really blessed to have that experience, and to be able to help someone like you to maybe not make that same mistake. So.
And just kind of thank everyone with Midwest Week for putting this
Absolutely.
on. It's really hard that we're trying to watch other guys and then I'm trying to learn, but to have our own thing. So this is great. I'm honored to be here. But to piggyback on what she was saying is just so affirming of what I'm doing right now. I'm actually trying to go out on my own thing. I know I mentioned earlier, I work for 101.1 Wiz, but recently I resigned. And I know people's like, oh my gosh, radio, that's what you want to do and everything, but I feel like I prayed on it, and I feel like in my heart there's more out there for me to do. So I kind of don't have a set plan. I know what I want. I believe it to where soon I believe I'll see it. So I guess right now I'm taking literally a leap of faith right now. But that's because I have faith in myself. And just like she said, make sure you have multiple, incomes. Like, yeah, I'm leaving radio, which is like, corporate, to make it seem like, yeah, you're leaving a corporate franchise, you're going to be nothing. Well, I feel like, okay, well, not only I can DJ, but I can produce projects, or I can do this, I can do that. So that's going to keep money coming in. So I'm not worried. And I'm going to go out there and pursue my dreams. So I want you guys to do that as well. But just like she mentioned, make sure you guys have other trades and, other different hustles, I call them hustles, that you can do and keep that money and that knowledge coming in, to where, just like me, I'm able to take that jump and leave that big corporation, because I don't want to work for anybody for years to come. I'm still young, and I want to go out there and get what I want, and I know I am. So have that faith, take that step, even if you don't see the rest of the staircase, take that extra step. God is going to provide that foundation for you to keep moving forward. And do it. I'm telling you, like anything that I've ever mentioned, I've done. And people will always second guess you, and they won't always get the vision that you see. That's fine. people laugh at you when you say you're gonna, people laughing at me now that that's what I'm gonna, you know, leave, you know, Radio 1 and do my thing. You know what I mean? But do that, make sure you guys have other hustles to do that. If not, start doing research and learning now. And I mean, step out on faith, you know what I mean, and do it. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen.
I just want to look it up.